This morning on Daybreak, local organizations head down south to help during Hurricane Dorian.
And a court will decide if a man accused of killing a fellow MSU professor several years ago is fit to stand trial.
And the latest on a small plane crash that happened in Branson yesterday afternoon. We'll bring that story for you and more coming up this morning here on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday, September 3rd. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano. A lot to get to on this short week for a lot of people at home, yourself included, right?
Yeah, how was yesterday?
It was good. Laboring on Labor Day, not that bad.
Yeah.
Still fun around the station and calm, which is nice.
I really don't mind holidays working or, being off. Either way, you get through it and with your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we're all ready to go, and the kids are heading back to school for a short week as well. Good weather, too, this week, which will be big.
Oh, my gosh. Yesterday was gorgeous. Are we going to keep that?
Can you back up for a second and say happy birthday to Lauren?
Happy birthday to Lauren. It's a long show. I told you happy birthday earlier, right?
I did. Yes,
Yes,
you did when I came
she's
in.
coming back from a day off and got to enjoy an extra day for your birthday
Actually,
weekend.
yes. Working on your birthday, not easy. So,
Yes.
Kudos to you for that one.
Well, that's okay. Kudos to my mom who went into labor on Labor Day a lot of years ago.
Oh, that is
Very
the
true.
true meaning of laboring on Labor
Yes.
Day.
No kidding.
But yeah, it was gorgeous all weekend. And are we going to keep that this week or?
Yeah, the week looks pretty quiet. We'll have a minor cold front come through tonight, but it looks like even that will come through pretty dry. We're starting out dry this morning. Temperature is warm. It is 71 degrees out there right now with just a couple of clouds, a warmer feel out there this morning. We've got south winds at 8 miles per hour, and it is 71 degrees. Very quiet and calm on that satellite and radar. As you head back to work and school, you'll have some dry conditions. Temperatures are a little bit warmer than yesterday by about 5 to 10 degrees, so we've got more of that muggy feel out there this morning. It's 70 in Branson, 71 in Springfield, and 70 in Camden. That muggy meter map has more oranges and reds on it today as it just feels more uncomfortable. So as you head out the door, I'm expecting dry roads and sunshine. Just grab your sunglasses. Not expecting any road hazards out there for you today. Mostly sunny skies through dismissal. 91 degrees, kiddos. Hot and humid. It will feel closer to 100. Tracking a summery day for today. Maybe a shower with a minor cold front coming through. Otherwise, the week looks pretty quiet. Plus an update on Hurricane Dorian. Well, that coming up in 10 minutes.
All right, Elisa, thank you. Making news now. Organizations based in the Ozarks are watching Hurricane Dorian, preparing to send volunteers and supplies. The Red Cross and Convoy of Hope have both been gathering food, water, and other supplies for victims. But because the hurricane's path and speed is still uncertain, teams that were going to deploy yesterday are staying put for now and waiting to see where the hurricane goes next. The Red Cross is sending 10 emergency response vehicles from St. Louis to Alabama until they're assigned to go up the coast. The Convoy of Hope disaster relief team has several mobile units ready to go, a mobile office, kitchen, and even bathroom and laundry rooms. Those units are for the teams who are helping, so relief efforts can go straight to the victims.
So to not be a burden to the local church, the local community, but to come in and be able to help and say, hey, we don't need anything from you. You don't have to support us. We just need a location and we're here to support you.
Both the Red Cross and Convoy of Hope are accepting cash donations online.
Also, Hurricane Dorian is still hovering over the Bahamas this morning, now as a Category 3 storm. It's responsible for at least 5 deaths in the Abaco Islands. Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas are getting ready for hurricane-force winds, rising storm surge, and heavy rain. These impacts expected whether Dorian makes landfall or not. Hillary Lane is following its path from Daytona Beach, Florida today.
Hurricane Dorian kept its devastating grip on the Bahamas.
We are in the midst of a historic tragedy.
After massive flooding and winds took a heavy toll.
Complete devastation. Look at these cars, man.
The storm claimed lives and damaged or destroyed thousands of homes Monday.
Our mission and focus now is search, rescue, and recovery.
The U.S. Coast Guard brought injured people to Nassau International Airport while Dorian still raged. The National Weather Service says the storm is expected to approach the eastern Florida coastline later today.
People need to remain vigilant.
Millions of people over 4 southeastern states have been ordered to evacuate.
Get out now while you have time, while there's fuel available.
With Dorian's path uncertain, some have decided to wait and see. That includes the Gash family, whose Cocoa Beach home sits surrounded by water.
If the hurricane kind of wobbles and comes closer, then we can go inland a little bit. So that's kind of my reassurance of we're keeping an eye on it.
Meanwhile, a convoy of emergency vehicles drove south through Florida, just in case Dorian doesn't keep its distance. Hillary Lane, CBS News, Daytona Beach, Florida.
And currently, hurricane watches and warnings are in effect from Florida to South Carolina.
It's your right to know. A former Missouri State professor charged with murdering a former colleague will appear in court this morning. Edward Gutting is accused of stabbing Mark Cooper in 2016. Gutting allegedly broke into Cooper's home, stabbed him to death, and injured his wife. Missouri State University confirms both men taught at the school together at some point. A judge ruled in January that the ex-MSU professor was incompetent to proceed to trial. The competency hearing, though, begins today at 11.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol says yesterday afternoon the body of a missing teen was recovered. Search teams with the Osage and Callaway County Sheriff Departments found the 18-year-old's body across from the Capitol on the Missouri River. The Highway Patrol and other agencies responded Friday initially to the river near Jeff City after a vehicle was reported to have driven into the water and didn't resurface. The next day, search teams found the vehicle, but the driver is not located. Highway Patrol now says the family was notified and more information will be released later today.
3 people are recovering after a plane crash shortly after taking off from the Branson Airport yesterday. Western Taney County fire officials say the plane went down in a wooded area south of the airport. The 3 people on board are expected to be okay. Federal investigators are on their way to Branson and will work to determine what caused that crash.
Some more local news now for you this morning. Firefighters celebrated a money-making milestone for local families yesterday. For the last few weeks, 65 local departments have been filling the boot for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Last night, they donated $225,000. Chief Ted Martin says the fundraiser brings special memories when they see others who want to try and help the fight.
When you see the firefighters on the street, they're out with the boot, hot days, warm days, rainy days, cool days, it doesn't matter. But there's opportunities to have great memories from that as well. And I remember specifically a little girl that rolled the window of the pickup truck down and she had a book of all the state quarters and she handed that over knowing that she was making an impact for the MDA and the kids they serve.
Nice.
In the last 65 years, firefighters nationwide have raised more than $600 million for MDA.
Yesterday, dogs in Nixa got to take part in some Labor Day pool fun at Nixa's Doggy Dive. For $2, people brought their pups into the aquatic center to cool off for a few hours. A couple of the people who stopped by said they're thankful the city helps provide this opportunity for pets.
A lot of people don't have pools, and a lot of people like to be active with their dogs, so it's kind of one of those, if they're kind of a germ freak like me, they won't take them in the rivers. But when they open up the pools like they do, then it gives the people opportunity to swim with their dogs and just have a little bit of fun.
We come every year just to get her out, hang out with the other dogs, get her to cool down for the summer. Yeah. So, yeah, just like to do it every year.
And dogs in Springfield will also get to take part in a doggy dive today.
We are just getting started this morning for you on Daybreak. Up next, which stocks are expected to move up as a result of Dorian.
And an employment report coming out Friday could also play a role in the markets. Your Money Watch is next.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.